The Clippers are puzzling just because they should know Luka. They should know his game. Now, you got a former defensive player of the year in Kawhi Leonard. You got a great two-way guard in Paul George. At some point, I got to get the ball out of his hands.
Dan, listen, I consider myself as much of a basketball historian as one can be, but and I'm not trying to be sarcastic here. You've obviously been able to watch the game longer than me. And I know people, my generation, sometimes we're a little more prisoner of the moment-y. So tell me if you think I'm being over the top here.
Yeah.
But I think what we're seeing in Luka is the makings of a guy who's going to be one of the 10 greatest players ever. He has played 11 career playoff games. They have all been against Kawhi and Paul George. So no first-round series against a bad, Pistons team with Andre Drummond where you can just rack up stats. He already has as many career 40-point playoff games as Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, and Karl Malone. He's only played 11, and it's all been against these guys, and he has no all-star teammates. What this reminds me of, almost line for line, LeBron's second year in the playoffs at age 22 with no other all-stars. It's like, oh my God, they're in the finals.
Yeah.
And Luka at age 22 in his second playoffs with no other all-stars. And Dan, he plays like how I assume you play against Fritzy. Like you get in front of him, put your butt on his hip, and it's like you can't get to the ball. It's insane. He plays like they're little kids out there, and it's best players in basketball.
But I wonder, though, Nick, when the media turns on Luka, that this is a wonderful story. You're putting up great numbers, but LeBron got to the NBA Finals with one of the worst teams that's ever been in the NBA Finals. And I wonder if, like, at some point, we want receipts from Luka of can you do what other great players have done before?
Well, what if the Mavs get to the finals?
Oh, that'd be that.
I don't think it's out of bounds. I don't think it's out of the. I don't know how Utah's going to deal with Luka. Utah's got a great defensive player in Gobert who has almost no utility against Luka. Yeah. Luka's not going to try to get to the rim. And so I just think that you're right. Eventually, eventually he's going to have to show the receipts. Everyone. Giannis got a few years leeway. KD got a few, but KD got to the finals early. He just got beat by LeBron, but he got to the finals early. But then we started coming for him a bit after they blew the 3-1 lead to Golden State, and that was a great team. So I agree with you but I think this is a hell of a start, man. And I think you do have to start to think last year, back when Kristaps Porzingis was a good basketball player, I don't know what's happened to him. Would they have won that series if Kristaps didn't get hurt?
I think so. I thought they were the better team last year, and this doesn't surprise me. It surprises me of how Dallas is still doing this. Like, they haven't really changed their game plan. It's just, Luka, go out and just see what you can do. And then if somebody happens to get hot, then great. Tim Hardaway will make sure, you'll get the ball. Dorian Finney, like somebody, hey, Porzingis showed up. It doesn't feel like there's a whole game plan here.
Last night was also a great example of why at times, like we all saw what Dame did. And Dame's game was special for a million reasons, but we give it extra special quality because of what he did in the fourth quarter and the overtimes. We've always put an added importance on what you do late in games, but sometimes that's unfair because Luka was clearly wiped at the end of that game. Why? Because when they tried to rest him earlier, the moment he's off the court, they look like the worst offense in basketball.
Yeah.
So like everyone else is a little fresher than him late in the games because it's not only that he's playing 40 plus minutes, but the ball is in his hands the entire time.